guys, Rob from Royal Balls. I'm here in my own snake room tonight, but I do have some footage from ARP Constrictors. We're going to be looking at some of his cool snakes. First of all, we'll look at the Calico Bumble Bee, which was very popular on Instagram. Awin's line of Calico is just a phenomenally nice expression of the Calico gene. We'll look at that. And then we'll take a look at some of his Leopard Mojaves. Awin is from a generation where he still remembers when leopards were all thought to be het pieds, and the relationship between the leopard gene and the het pied gene is still actually quite strong. So we'll take a look at some of the snakes there, some of which are het pied, some of which are not het pied, and you can see that the visual differences between the het pied snakes. It's almost like there is an extra gene in those snakes because their siblings without the het pied are completely different. Just a quick look around my snake room before we go. My son is going to be going to university in September, so I'm going to be inheriting some of his snakes. So I'm just shifting around some of the snakes from their current enclosures. The Mexican black king snake has moved from this vivarium here into the tubs over this side here. The Mexican black is now in there. The colubrids do seem to like these nice tubs. The Mexican black is in shed at the moment, so it's hiding. But these tubs seem to suit the colubrids very nicely. So I moved the Mexican black into there, which made room for my mangrove snake to move from this enclosure here, where the mangrove snake used to be, into this enclosure here. So I cleaned everything out. The mangrove snake is now in there, so it has more room to move, a little bit more enrichment. It has a nice water bowl where it can actually soak, and I'll try and find something for it to climb on there. Mangrove snakes are semi-arboreal. They do like to climb, although this one doesn't seem to like to climb very much. It didn't in its own enclosure. But this empty cage here now is freed up for an additional green tree python, which I will inherit from my son. I'm also going to be inheriting another South American snake, a really exciting snake, which I'll save for the day it arrives, and we'll do a vlog on that one, so stay tuned for that. But it's a really cool South American snake. I think that you probably remember the Borneo shorttails that I moved into the big tubs here, and we struggled at first where we just put them on paper bedding and they didn't like that, but you can see that they've settled in really well now. We gave them a nice hide and some bedding, and you can see the snake there is totally relaxed with its head sticking out. That's a typical ambush position for these snakes. The small head sticking out there belies the quite large snake that is actually hidden behind that head. But that's really nice natural behaviour, and these snakes are now eating quite well in their new tubs. So no issues here. We'll just have a look at the second one. You can see that they're both using their hides. And again, that's a natural ambush position for these guys. They're quite alert. They're not nervous anymore. They're not hiding at the back of the tubs. They've settled in quite well, so very pleased with the new tubs for these guys. And progress in the breeding season with my ball pythons. Just quickly, this is the girl that laid eggs. She is now back on food. She's still very thin. It looks like she's about to go back into shed, but she is eating for me now. That's the female that laid eggs. And just this week we've had an ovulation from this girl here. This is my Savannah, or Cinnamon Mojave, and she was bred to a banana combo, so I'm hoping for some banana cinnamon combinations from that. She's due to lay probably in August now. And also a pre-lay shed from this pastel vanilla clown girl. She's just shed out, and so she should lay within the next 30 days. You can see that she's looking quite thick, particularly down towards the back end there. She's shed out this week as well, so she should lay next month. This is an important clutch for me because this is bred to my spot nose, so we should be getting spot nose clown hets for furthering some of my clown projects. We'll just try and boop her back into the tub. There we go. Okay, so that's the latest updates from the snake room. Let's go down to ARP and take a look at his snakes. Okay, so Aaron's going to show us some interesting snakes from his collection now, starting of course with my favourite, the Bumblebee Calico.
It smells like that. I think
It's going to bite me. You've got rats outside.
yeah. I hope we can make some babies from him this year.
That is a cool snake. And you do have a clutch from this guy, right?
Yeah, we'll cut the clutch next.
That is an awesome snake.
Hopefully this year we'll make a few of this. We might even go until with another pestle maybe in there. I'm quite curious to see what happens. I don't really want to overdo it until the whole thing just goes very faded and not very interesting anymore. I'm quite happy with this where this project is at now. Don't really want to add much.
Orange Dream might go really good with that.
And you want orange with everything, bro. It's just you know. No, I did do a Calico to orange stream this year. I wanted it to be a surprise, so I'll just tell you now. We might be cutting it down the road. Okay. I actually got one clutch that has the Calico, your favorite, and the orange stream in there. So we shall see. But that doesn't have a spider in it. That's Leopard orange stream. Sorry, yellow belly orange stream to lesser pestle Calico.
Awesome snake. Stick them away.
Yep. So what do you want to show next?
How about some of your leopard het pine stuff?
Oh, okay. So you want to start with
yeah, you've got three, two of which are het pine, one of which isn't het pine. Was the dorsal stripe and that?
Oh, on Leopard Mojave alone, I have two Leopard Mojave het pines.
Yeah.
And I think I have 2 or 3 of Leopard that's not het pine. Leopard Mojave that's not het pine.
So show us what the het pine does in terms of the visual change to the snake.
So we will look at the non-het first. So you'll get the idea of how it look like. So this is a Leopard Mojave. So it's just a simple double gene snake. It's quite common nowadays. It used to be quite rare. A few years back they were very highly sought after, but now they've come down to be quite common. We have produced tons and tons of these actually. So you see, this is a plain classic Leopard Mojave. So it has the leopard pattern in it, and the Mojave pattern goes along with it. And the color is of course going to look exactly like a Mojave's color.
Yep.
So I'll bring another one of these. This girl is going to be feisty because I think she's married. So it's even this is quite similar. It's not really much different between these two. So both of these are non-hats. So you see there's breaking in the dorsal lines. Sometimes it comes close to straight line, but it definitely breaks. This is more standard one. This has more stripes than usual. But so yeah, I just want to show both of the Leopard Mojaves that are non-hat bites.
Yeah.
So you can see the difference. That it's not just a few snakes. I've seen a lot of these combos, and the hat bite does make a big difference. See, this is a hat. It's the same moth. She's thin because she just laid eggs. We're incubating her eggs now. See, from head to tail, it's one straight line.
Yep. You can see the dorsal stripe.
And
So
see
that's
even the
exactly
side-
the same genes, exactly the same snake, but this one is het for pied.
You see even the side stripes, the dorsal stripes are
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
joined. Everything is joined up.
So there is actually a visual expression of the het
Oh, definitely.
pied in the leopards.
Yeah. See, this girl is completely different. The color is still the same. The color is exactly the same, but the striping is very prominent. So I'll bring the other hat that I have. I'm showing you two of each, so you will, you can see that it's not just random or just that
It's
one individual
repeatable.
snake. It is genetic, you see. These two are the hats. Exactly the same thing going on, the full stripe.
Yeah, and the
Top
side
and
pattern.
the side pattern is all connected. These are new pricely today. So and this one is totally different. So I showed you two of these and two of these. As you can see, the results are quite consistent.
Yep.
The head pipe does make a big difference. Justin hatched one, I forgot the combo. He hatched one that he was hoping to be a head pipe, but we are both quite sure, he's quite sure also that it's definitely a head pipe. I saw the picture, it does have the full dorsal and everything.
Yeah.
It's not always the case in every combo, but generally the head pipes in the leopard does have a
dorsal
visual
stripe,
marker on it.
Yeah.
And in the Mojaves, they're always like this. Hats are always like this. I've never had one that doesn't have the full stripe. It's actually very cool. It looks like there's another totally different morph on it. So you see, there's significant difference in this.
Yeah.
They look almost like there's another morph going on top of that. So let's just put them back
Yes.
in because they're
Works
all
well
still
together.
breeding. These are both hats. Actually, this was the year that we were not so sure if all leopards, not sure. We were very sure that all leopards were het for pipe.
Yeah.
This was back in 2013, if not mistaken, 2012, 2013, around that time, where we were very sure that all leopards were het for pipe. So I took a Leopard Mojave, which was something like that, a male. I bred it to my pipe, and I was hoping for Leopard Mojave pipes.
Yep.
And when I cut, there were no pipes at all, and I came out with these two from that clutch. So I had 100% hats, but I was very disappointed. And after that, I spoke to a few friends from the United States, and they were also having the same issue at that exact year because everyone was riding on the fact that at that point, the thing that we were very sure was every leopard was het for pipe. That year, yeah, all of us got blown on our own. That's quite disappointing, but then we learned something. All of us learned something at the exact same time, and we wasted the entire season.
Okay guys, so I hope you found that interesting. There is another clutch cutting video coming from ARP, and the sire of that clutch is the Calico Bumble Bee. So when we cut that clutch, I'm hoping there's going to be a snake in that clutch for me. We'll see when we do the clutch cutting, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.